Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Spring 2021 Multicultural Graduation Celebration. It is with great pleasure that I am broadcasting live from our Washington State University Pullman campus on this sunny day on the Palouse. To be more specific, I'm located right here in our Compton Union Building Senior Ballroom, the site that has housed this event for over the last decade. While it is empty today, aside from myself and a couple of speakers and some other folks helping us make this happen, you'll hear our other speakers later this evening, of course. I can still feel the positive emotions from past celebrations, ushering in the emotions that I'm sure many of you are feeling as graduates, family, friends, and supporters are also feeling with the magnitude of commencement and what it symbolizes. For tonight's event, I want to recognize that we have some WSU Global Campus students also participating. We're glad to have you join us and be recognized for this accomplishment as Cougs. This evening, we continue our tradition of the Multicultural Graduation Celebration, filled with notable student speakers, campus leaders, and our alumni keynote. Our area is excited to recognize graduates in celebration. I have the honor of introducing our opening speaker to start us off this evening. That speaker is none other than our Washington State University president, Kirk Schultz. President Schultz is our 11th president in university history, and having served since 2016, he will be presiding over the virtual commencement ceremony tomorrow. Please help me welcome President Schultz.
Great, Steve, and thank you. And to all our graduates, congratulations. This is one of the highlights of the year. It's always this Friday night ceremony where you are here with your families and your friends celebrating the end of your journey at WSU and that next steps you're going to take in your life. So I am so much looking forward to getting back together in person to celebrate in person and just congratulate all of you. Wish you the very best. So tonight, as we get started, I think what a better way to start a celebration than with a hearty go Cougs. And so on the count of three, it asks that you, wherever you are, give us a big go Cougs. So 1, 2, 3, go Cougs. Graduates, family, faculty, administrators, and students, it's a sincere honor for me to participate in this ceremony. I love commencement celebrations. They're moments of joy, family, and community. You've worked hard and successfully navigated a challenging journey, including a global pandemic, to reach this memorable day. You undoubtedly will always look back at this moment as one of the major accomplishments in your life. Please thank your parents, grandparents, siblings, and everyone and anyone else who helped make your dream of a college education come true. As you go forward from this special place, I would like you to remember one thing. The rest of your life is not a spectator sport. Your job in life is to be an active player, to make the world a better place. Use the education you have received to help repair tears in our society. Take part in efforts to move our communities, our nation, and our world closer to the conditions needed to ensure the health and well-being of your generation and the generations to come. Push yourselves to be transformational leaders. Transformational leaders focus every day on working to serve those that their organizations and professions have not traditionally included. They want their organizations, their coworkers, and their work to appeal to those that is traditionally excluded. Transformational leaders look forward, not backward. They look within their deepest values to find a bigger, brighter, more inclusive vision of the future. Our country suffers from systemic racism, disease, violence, sexual discrimination, and economic inequities. Your values and vision, your transformational leadership are needed now more than ever to build an America worthy of your generation and the generations to come. Abraham Lincoln said, quote, "With malice towards none, clarity towards all," end quote. Let those words guide your ambition and your actions. There is no shortage of cynicism and selfishness in the world. Be their answer, their antidote. I'm optimistic about the future because of you. The world eagerly awaits your ideas, your initiative, your enterprise, your energy, your passion, your compassion, your idealism, your ambition. But remember that true courage to be a transformational leader is an essential ingredient in all your efforts. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now go and change the world. And as always, go Cougs.
Good evening. I have the pleasure of introducing Malik Dreher, one of our outstanding student leaders over the years. He's been tremendous in building our community and has been a strong advocate for all student leaders and organizations. Malik is a double major in human biology and anthropology with 2 minors in comparative ethnic studies and biology, as well as a certificate in molecular biosciences. He was a peer mentor for the Office of Multicultural Student Services for 2 years, as well as held titles as Secretary and President of our Young Men's organization, Black Men Making a Difference. Let me introduce to you Malik Dreher.
Thank you, Ms. Donna, for the introduction. As you all know, my name is Malik Dreyer, and I'm a 6th-year student here at Washington State University. This journey definitely has been a long one, but I still remember my freshman year hanging out and acting a fool, screaming on Stadium Way to people sleeping in dorms, having a fake podcast in the elevator where my friends and I would interview people as they came in. It was definitely a time. I also had the opportunity to be a part of a dance team called Group Effort that year, as well as be a member of Men for Social Change, where we push for women's rights on campus. I eventually made my way up to the 4th floor of the Cub, where you could say I found my home. There was Miss Donna, who everyone would say was the auntie of the African American Student Center, and then Miss Courtney, who everyone said was like the cool older cousin who was there for you, but would also always let you know when you were doing the most, which I would know because I would be doing the most all the time. I eventually mellowed out just a little bit and got into positions of leadership in my community. My sophomore year, I became the secretary for Black Men Making a Difference. This is where I really stepped into becoming a leader, and most importantly, it gave me the opportunity to learn more about who I am and who I want to be. The following year, I became a peer mentor for the Office of Multicultural Student Services and stepped up to be president of Black Men Making a Difference. That year definitely was a trying year with multiple protests going on campus to push back against hate speech, to counter the Trump wall we unfortunately had to experience here on campus, and just so much more. That year was a trying time for many staff, faculty, and students. Though it was rough, I feel we were all able to grow from the experiences we faced. It proved just how resilient we all are, and it proved just how strong this community truly is. As a mentor, I always urge students to get involved, and that is exactly why. Not so they could face trying times, but so they could feel the full strength of this community. This community offered me networking opportunities, sanctuary, and when I needed it, a reality check. It has enriched my experience here so much that I could never and would never forget it, especially not the AA Center. That place, I kid you not, was my home. I slept there, I studied there, I laughed there, I even cried there. And I have grown so much from all my experiences there. If it were not for MSS and Ms. Donna especially, I don't think I would even be here and have made it to this point. Ms. Donna was my home away from home and was always there for me whether to celebrate my accomplishments or literally to be a shoulder to cry on. I love and appreciate Ms. Donna and everyone in this community. Thanks to them, I can stand here today and proudly say I am graduating as a first-generation Black student and will be continuing my education in the fall, pursuing my Master's of Public Health in Health Policy and Management at IUPUI in Indiana. I plan to be in a position where I can implement policy change to change structural challenges my community and I face. To say the least, I am happy, I am proud, and most importantly, I am excited to see where the future takes us all. Thank you, and go Cougs.
Buju, Joel Indigenous Makondo Dame, Waswaganing and Donjaba. Congratulations, this year's class of 2021. I'm so proud of you and what this means to you, your family, and your community. For many of you, the Native American Student Center was your home. It's where you found friends. It's where you could let your guard down and laugh a little. I'm really grateful I could work in such a place and provide a little sanctuary on campus, a couch to vent on, or even a blanket to take naps. This time of the year is always really bittersweet for me because I'm so happy for your accomplishment, but also a little sad because so many of you have been a really big presence in our Native community. A lot of you were the first students I met when I came to WSU. A lot of you gave me some advice on what you'd like to see happen in the center and things of the sort. And many of you have filled me in on what traditions WSU has in our center overall so I could keep those things going. And you really welcomed me into your lives. And with that, I'm proud to announce our 2021 student speaker who is representing the Native American Student Center, who is Schroeder. Caitlin is graduating with a double major of sociology and women's studies. They're from the Navajo Nation and are from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. They will be pursuing a graduate degree for a Master's of Library Information Science at the University of Washington this fall. A few other things about Caitlin is they are a founding member of APIO. They are a senator for Native American Women's Association. They were a VP for scholarship for NGC. They were a Smithsonian intern and a fellow for the Association of Research Libraries. And with that, let's give it up for Caitlin.
Good evening. I'd like to start first with a land acknowledgement. Washington State University acknowledges that its locations statewide are on the homelands of Native peoples who have lived in this region from time immemorial. Currently, there are 42 tribes, 35 of which are federally recognized that share traditional homelands and waterways in what now is Washington State. Some of these are nations and confederacies that represent multiple tribes and bands. The university expresses its deepest respect for and gratitude towards these original and current caretakers of the region. I am honored to be here with you in heart and spirit as one of the student speakers for the Native American Student Center, taking up full screen mode on your devices as we celebrate and reflect on this milestone. Before I begin getting nostalgic and sappy, I like to pause to give respect to those loved ones who are not able to be here with us in person due to the coronavirus pandemic. May they continue to look over you and guide your heart as you continue to be great and navigate this journey called life. Thank you. I'd like to give just a quick content warning for I will be talking about mental health and depression. As much as I love to sit here and reminisce on the struggle of having to secretly hide your heavy breathing while you climb the Pullman Hills to the tasty MSS potlucks, which came in clutch when running low on groceries, I would like to use this opportunity to speak words that I hope resonate with you in some fashion or another. Truthfully, 4 years ago, I absolutely do not see myself here today. Literally. I took a chance on myself by moving 1,800 miles, just as many of you did when leaving your families to live in the heart of the wheat and hills for an education, for a new future, and a chance at a change of life. Speaking for myself, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. What kind of commitment and investment was this? Would it be worth it? It most certainly was. My biggest takeaway from WSU is not what I learned in a lecture or at an extra credit event. It was that there are communities and people here who want you to succeed, not just financially or educationally, but as a person genuinely. I want to extend my deepest and sincerest appreciation to the Multicultural Student Services, the Women's Center, and in more particular, the Native American Student Center. Without the staff and the peers in the center, I would nowhere be the person I am today. Thank you to my queen bees for being that rock and giving me laughter when I was stressed with an overload of work. Thank you to Joelle for letting me nap in the center and offering a space to be vulnerable on campus. Thank you, Amy, for igniting more fire in my passion of standing for justice. Thank you to my squad who supported me, Sam, Kyra, and Sandra, since I was a lost freshman and almost kicked out of dorm housing to surprise trips to Costco and the casino. Thank you to my mentor, Maria, who gave me the strength and encouragement during my freshman year when I knew nobody and she reached out, and she's been that support ever since. And lastly, thank you to Jesus, my sweet partner. He's there at my worst when I was going through and still going through depressive episodes, and he's there at my best, hyping me up at any event or continuously motivating me to still apply myself even when I didn't think I was deserving. Who would have thought I'd find my partner in crime in the Palouse? I want to remind you that you are valid in your existence. You are powerful and seen and strong. And sometimes you don't feel powerful or strong, and that's okay too. But just remember that there are no flowers without showers, and through the rain season, you will become a garden of abundance and fulfillment. Growth takes time, so treat yourself with compassion and care, as you are very deserving of such. To the class of 2021, stay resilient and speak your voice even when your voice shakes, because we are all a part of the stepping ladder to leading healthy and wholesome lives, not just for ourselves, but the generations beyond and to be. As always, go Cougs.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Gallardo, and I am the current interim retention counselor for the Chicana Latinx Student Center. And although I know this isn't what you imagined for your graduation, I hope you know that this doesn't make your achievements any less than. Y'all did it. You graduated from WSU, and we're also proud of you. Congratulations on your well-deserved success, and best wishes to you in your next chapter. Now, I am pleased to announce our Chicana Latinx Student Center speaker, Hugo Barragan. Hugo is a graduating senior getting his degree in apparel, merchandising, design, and textile. This year, his senior collection, 1998, received the Dean's Choice Award, which we're all very proud of. Hugo has been a great student leader in many different organizations and events, ranging from orientation counselor for La Bienvenida to being vice president of Omega Delta Phi and being part of our mentoring program, where we got to experience firsthand his amazing leadership skills and development for the past 3 years. Hugo, we will miss you, but we look forward to seeing what is next for you. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Hugo Barragan.
Good evening, Cougs. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hugo Cesar Barragan Mendoza. I am a first-generation Latinx undocumented student that will soon be receiving his dual degree in apparel merchandise design and textiles. I want to start off by mentioning how honored and excited I am to be speaking tonight. I remember the very first time I stepped foot on this campus, I was terrified. I had no idea what I was doing, or let alone getting myself into. But little did I know that the best 4 years of my life was about to begin. This journey has taught me one of the most important things in my life, and that is to be fearless. But it also has taught me not to take things for granted. Time flies quicker than we know it. Be present in the moment, especially with whom we are sharing it with. I'm not going to lie, I felt like my first day of college was just yesterday. I was told many times that this dream of mine of attending a 4-year institution wasn't attainable. But like Chris Brown said, look at me now, I'm getting paper. I would like to take this time to appreciate the unmatchable support from the MSS program and all of the amazing centers. Thank you for allowing us as student leaders to fall and get back up. Thank you for believing in us, and most importantly for giving us the best experience of our undergrad years. I'm sure all of us today appreciate all the hard work all of the faculty has put to make this experience as smooth and as enjoyable as possible. Thank you, Manuel Acevedo, Steve Bishop, Rafa Pruneda, Marcela Pattinson, and Jocelyn Gallardo. The Chicanx Latinx Center will always be my home away from home. Being a mentor these past 3 years to over 97 students has given me the opportunity to learn a little bit about myself. That my life story does not define me, but it does make me who I am today. To all of my mentees, thank you for trusting in me and allowing me to be part of your journey here at WSU. I will always just be a phone call or text away. We are all here tonight to celebrate all of our accomplishments, and although this is probably not how we would have wished the celebration would have gone, we are here, present, and attentive, because that's exactly who we are. We lost a huge part of our senior year: open house, all-campus picnic, football games, presentations, on-campus events, and even social gatherings. But despite those losses, we are leaving here today with their heads held up high and winning, like always. When I think of the class of 2021, I think of the word luchones, as my parents would say, the bravest of them all. Y'all are ones who don't give up, you take risk, and you sacrifice it all for the better. Thank you to the class of 2021 for giving me the opportunity to expand my network and learn about everyone and each of you. Y'all made our multicultural community an outlet to collab, to inspire, grow, and most importantly, y'all carried that immaculate energy we all needed when times were rough. There were times that we cried, times that we laughed, that we felt confused and overwhelmed, but we never gave up. We were all eager to learn, and we did, and we finished. We have all developed as young professionals, and I know all of us will do amazing things in the future. Man, oh man, where did time go? I should have took it more seriously when people said, time flies when you're having fun. To my parents, gracias. Thank you for all the sacrifices y'all have and continue to make for my siblings and I. Coming to the United States at the age of 1 has really challenged me, but I've learned to overcome any obstacle my way, and I owe that to y'all. Every day I give thanks to those who have came across my path and made this dream a reality. Those in specific, my parents. Gracias a mi mamá y a mi papá por haberme dado una familia, educación, un hogar donde crecer, poder desarrollarme, equivocarme y lo más importante, por darme el valor que hoy define mi vida. Lo logramos, familia. We did it. Siempre con ustedes y por ustedes. Y mamá, don't think I forgot. This gown? Yes, it does fit us all. Porque los graduamos todos. We are all graduating today. I will never forget the advice my father once gave me. He said, "There is one thing in this world that no one can take away from you, and that is your education." We are always learning, every single day of our lives, whether it's from speaking to others or even virtual classes online. That is the one thing I want y'all to take home tonight. All the struggles we all have been through do not define our success. We all have a purpose, and whether it takes us 1 year or 10 years to accomplish that, it matters, and it will always matter. Let those struggles take you to your success. Like my brothers say, creci e hundo, it grows as it goes. Thank you, class of 2021. Best of luck and congratulations. Forever and always, go Cougs.
My name is Dominic J. Fungao Tao, but you all might know me as Dom. I am the current retention counselor for Asian American and Pacific Islander Student Center within our office. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce you all tonight's last student speaker for the evening. For years, our student center has always let our AAPI community vote and nominate on who they want to speak on behalf of our community. For today, we have amazing student leaders who were voted, and although that we cannot have all of them speak tonight, I'm sure you will not be disappointed with our last student speaker for the evening. Our AAPI student speaker is from the 360 Lacey, Washington, and is the eldest son of 4 children from a second-generation Filipino-American mother and a first-generation Filipino-American father. He will be graduating this year with a dual degree in sport management and business management. In 5 whole years that he has been here since 5 years ago. He hopes to use these degrees to help others with the versatility of business and the unbiased togetherness of sports and entertainment. Our student speaker this evening has been actively involved on campus with organizations such as our Filipino-American Student Association, Sige! Our UREC, ASWSU, MSS, and many other student organizations that has welcomed to join him and able to find the time for it. He's incredibly grateful for all of the people he's gotten to work with, work for, such as myself. He's incredibly grateful for all that he has done and befriended. And all of the people who have dealt with his extraness and his repetitive dad jokes that I think he got from Dr. Stephen Bischoff. Please help me welcome Mr. Trust the Process himself, also known as Donovan Velez Foucault.
All right. Yo, what it do, my friends? What it do? Congratulations to all graduates of 2021, as well as every student who's made it this summer or this semester. It has been an absolutely difficult one, and yet still we have made it. We have pushed through it. I'll get to that later. So, as Dom just said, thank you. My name is Donovan Velez Foucault, and I am honored to speak today on behalf of our AAPI community. I want to give a huge thank you to Miss Sylvia and the MSS crew who helped put this on, as well as the organizations, the Filipino American Student Association, Sige, University Recreation, Intramural Sports Baby, ASWSU, the Executive, Legislative, and Judicial Branch, as well as the entire Multicultural Student Services, AAPI Student Center, Chiklat Center, GSORC, AA Center, Native American Center, y'all know it. And just like the student speakers before me, it was for me, like it was for them, a home away from home. I want to give a huge shout out to all my friends. I wish I could speak all y'all's names, but that would just be an endless list. And I appreciate all of y'all. And of course, last but not least, my last thank you, of course, goes to my family, my titos, my titas, my cousins, my Lolo Bobby, Lola Helen, Lolo Jim, and Lola Lena, as well as my brother Isaac, and Joaquin, as well as my sister Mahalia and my mom and dad. Thank you so much. I would not be here without all of you. Now, to all of my friends and my peers continuing on with your formal education, whether that be in grad school or your first, second, third, fourth, fifth year, it don't matter. At WSU or anywhere else, you got this. And I'm telling you that from standing up here right now, looking at the finish line. Trust the process with the goals you've set for yourself. Safely and mindfully take advantage of what you're paying for, because everybody knows how much we're paying for this. And most importantly, truly, and I'm not talking about the hard seltzer. Unless y'all need that, then, everything's healthy in moderation. Enjoy your time here. And now to the graduating class. We have undoubtedly had the most difficult time here in 2020, 2021, dealing within our 4 years here, the most disrespectful presidency in modern times that reflected the unfair and unjust systemic issues that plagues this country. The capitalism, the racism, the sexism, the patriarchy that we are here, the COVID-19 pandemic that is continuing to happen, as well as that made the virtual classes that, while a big shout out to the professors that helped us try their best to make this the most, in-person experience, it is not compared to the in-person experience. All this, plus taking credits to graduate college and learning how to live life. Are you kidding me? Hey, right here, right now, we did that. Right here, right now. So to all your future endeavors, with the decisions you make, the path you take, the many paths that you will take, always remember how you feel in this moment. Because no matter what you will do in the future, all the great things that I am excited to see you all do, you have proven to the world, you've proven to your family, and most importantly, you've proven to yourself that you can get through anything. Salamat, congratulations, and as always, go Cougs.
Thank you very much to Donnie for that passionate speech. This evening, I got so excited to start everything and welcome everyone. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Dr. Stephen Bischoff, Director for Student Equity / Multicultural Student Services on campus. And our team is excited to just honor our graduates. And that's why I just wanted to jump into everything. But I wanted to reintroduce myself, also known as Steve to many folks. I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker. We've had a long line of great alums that have supported our university and our campus, and this alum I get to introduce is right up there. So I'm very thankful I have this privilege to do that. Our alumni speaker, the keynote speaker this evening is none other than Christian Brown. Christian earned a Bachelor of Arts in Communication with honors and a minor in American Ethnic Studies from Washington State University in 1998. While much time has passed since his time at WSU, Christian credits much of his success and happiness to his time he spent in Pullman. An active student leader, Christian served as a multicultural student mentor, president of MECHA, chair of the Council of Multicultural Student Presidents, and founder of La Hermandad de OMT, the first Chicano Latino indigenous fraternal organization on campus. He also played a leading role in the student-led initiative to ensure that diversity education was required of all WSU graduates, and is the founder of the Children of Azatlan Sharing Higher Education, also known as CASH conference, which aims to increase the number of Latinx students at Washington State University. Christian met his wife Doris during their undergrad years in Pullman. The two now reside in Linwood, Washington, where they are raising their two boys, Diego and Carlos, who are destined to be future Cougs. For the past 20 plus years, Christian has consulted on enhancing and protecting the reputation of leading Northwest brands and Fortune 500 companies. He currently serves as Executive Vice President and West Corporate Practice Lead for Weber Shandwick, one of the world's leading global public relations firms. Without further ado, please help me welcome Christian Brown.
Hello, thank you, Steve, for the introduction, and hello to our graduates, and a really warm welcome to your family and loved ones joining us from around the state, the country, and the world. I'd like to recognize President Kirk Schultz, Vice President of Student Affairs, Mary Jo Gonzalez, Associate Vice President for Community, Equity, and Social Justice, Jamie Nolan, Provost Elizabeth Chilton, and Regent Lisa Schauer, and all of the faculty and staff of our beloved Washington State University. And I'd like to share my deepest gratitude and appreciation to the faculty and staff of Multicultural Student Services. What you all do for our students is so amazing, invaluable, and incredibly impactful. I know, because I benefited from your guidance, support, and connection to vital resources, all of which played a key role in my own ability to afford and complete my studies. And so I'd like to ask our graduates, and parents are welcome to do so as well, please take a moment and share your love and appreciation with Steve, Manuel, Donna, and the entire team at Multicultural Student Services. You can do this in the comments section of this broadcast. And if you've not already done so, I'd encourage you to reach out directly. I know they'd really appreciate it. And now, It is my pleasure to be among the first to formally share my congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. This is your moment, a moment I'm sure you've long looked forward to, one that I'm sure at times seemed distant or even out of reach. But here you are, you did it. And I am so blessed to be sharing this special moment with you, so blessed. Not just because I was provided the opportunity to speak to a graduating class composed of such brilliant minds, but because I know I wouldn't be here if I had not first graduated from Washington State University myself. And I know I wouldn't have even had the chance to attend this fine institution had it not been for the love, the encouragement, and the support of my mom and dad. I share this because tonight's celebration, to be fair, it's just as much about those that helped you achieve this important milestone. Those that believed enough in you to make the investment in your future. Those that helped you believe and invest in yourself. And those who saw this moment manifesting even when you did not. So please, once more, I'd like to encourage you to take this moment and share your thanks and appreciation in the comment section or directly if in their presence with those that supported you, including your parents, your family and loved ones, your mentors and counselors, and your closest friends. And let me extend my thanks to all of you who played a role in preparing these scholars to take on the challenges of our world by first helping them overcome their own. And let's all be honest, the graduates we honor this evening, all of you all have had more to overcome than most this past year. You've had your first years of independence and living alone come with the added anxiety of confusion, loneliness, and economic uncertainty, as well as loss. This is the complex struggle that has come to define our current times. And not only have you weathered the heightened emotional, physical, and financial hurdles that have been brought on by a global pandemic, you've also had to process and confront the further exposure of systemic inequalities that this pandemic has uncovered. And many of you, you've had to face unemployment or seen it impact members of your family, forcing you to navigate all the hardships that come with the loss of income. And you've dealt with all this increased stress at a time when in-person connection has been probably the most out of reach. And yet, despite every good reason to give up and call it quits, you persevered. You've bravely continued to press on, and in doing so, you've proven out a great human truth. The challenges are not for us to run from, but they're for us to confront, to address, and embrace. Because struggle begets strength, it begets resilience, but also begets wisdom. And isn't wisdom what college and academia are all about? And so I'd venture to declare that these unprecedented times have indeed given us one of the most unprecedented graduating classes, not just because of the height of the hurdles you've cleared in earning your degree, but because of what your success represents. Consider for just a moment that nearly half of the multicultural students in this graduating class are first generation. That's right, 48% are the first in their family to attend, and yes, graduate from college. That is a beautiful and incredibly important trend line, because your achievement now means that your siblings, your nephews, your nieces, and your own children, they're all far more likely to complete their higher education pursuits. But even more impressive than overcoming adversity and hardship while navigating a whole new college experience is that despite all of the challenges I inventoried moments ago, many of tonight's graduates dedicated time and energy to not only advance their own academic pursuits, but they gave of themselves to open up opportunities for others in their communities. Instead of allowing the limitations brought on by the pandemic to result in the cancellation of 3 student-run conferences that encourage Black, Latinx, and Asian Pacific Islander high school students to pursue higher education, many of tonight's graduates pivoted their plans to adopt a virtual format, accomplishing as students what businesses and other professional conferences have struggled to perfect. And they did it while navigating a new world of online coursework themselves. But beyond these collective achievements and accolades, this multicultural graduation class is filled with stories of individual accomplishment. In fact, I'm confident every one of this evening's graduates has a heartwarming and inspiring story to tell. Let me highlight just one. Maximilian Abbacioli, Maximilian is graduating with a degree in electrical engineering, but that's not all. He also has the unique distinction of being named a Schwartzman Scholar Award finalist, an award dedicated to preparing young leaders to respond to the geopolitical landscape of this century. And Maximilian has certainly proved himself worthy. His academic passion is the intersection of technology and policy. Talk about a pursuit of both great consequence and one that will be in demand for some time to come. As a student, he found time to help reestablish the WSU chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers, and he completed internships with both Dell and Micron. And yet, in addition to his academic achievements, he too found time to give back and support others on their journey, serving as a peer mentor, providing advice and counsel to underrepresented and low-income students. Following his graduation, Maximilian will begin his master's studies at Carnegie Mellon University on a fellowship from the National GEM Consortium. Congratulations, Maximilian. We are so proud of you and the rest of this multicultural graduation class. In fact, more than proud. We're thankful, inspired, hopeful. Because if you haven't noticed, some of our biggest societal challenges lie ahead and are waiting for the brilliance, the perseverance, the understanding, and the commitment to the greater good that you all have displayed. And while we still battle COVID-19, we stare down an environmental challenge that has the potential to surpass the global devastation of this pandemic. And it shouldn't be lost on us that at a time when society must come together to tackle challenges such as this, we find ourselves bitterly at odds with one another, unable to find common ground. When faced with a moment that demands compassion over fear, partnership over division, we've grown more distrustful and far less empathetic. And yet I contend we have great reason to be enthusiastically optimistic in the face of these daunting challenges. Why? Well, at the risk of sounding trite, because of each and every one of you, and those like you across the country. We are better prepared to conquer the challenges that lie ahead because this graduating class, and in particular, graduates of color, you have demonstrated the grit, the courage, the perseverance, and perhaps most inspiring of all, you've displayed a true sense of community and love for one another. Despite your own hardships, you found within yourselves to give back and pay forward your blessings. And in a world that is asking so much of us, you provide hope and inspiration for us all. So let me leave you with 3 lessons learned from my own post-collegiate journey to guide you as you prepare for yours. First, continue to be great and do great things. Don't be afraid to succeed even further. You do not need to, nor should you hold back on your potential because you worry it will offend others. While it's good to be humble in your success, I call on you to be bold in your pursuits. Second, run to the fire, sprint to the fire. Remember, new challenges bring opportunities to grow, to get stronger, to gain more experience. They make you better prepared and in greater demand to take on even more daunting challenges. So don't look for the easy way out. Instead, look to continue testing yourself. Lean into this beautiful process of incremental challenge, accomplishment, growth, and new challenge. Bravely seeking the new opportunity to test your own limits because, to be honest, that's the only thing that will expand them. And lastly, not that this is a stretch for this graduating class, but be involved in unlocking the greatness of others. Don't give in to the politics of scarcity that only so many can succeed. There is ample room. Encourage those that come after you to be great in their own right and support them in their endeavors. Because the only thing greater than your own potential is the potential you can unlock in future generations. In bringing my remarks to a close, I'd like to leave you with the final lines of one of my favorite poems by my late WSU professor, known as the grandfather of Chicano poetry, Dr. Ricardo Sanchez. His poem, "O Youth, O Life," was written in Pullman back in 1992. And you can find these words at the bottom of the stairs in the Rotunda of Holland Library on a plaque that my late friend and college roommate fashioned out of bronze. Dr. Sanchez's final words and my parting advice read as follows. O youth, O life, O questing scholars, celebration is but another word we sing to wish you greatness in your endeavors. Be salient and love the sentient powers residing within you. Be great. To the class of 2021, Be great and continue unlocking the greatness in others. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you all.
Good evening, Cougs. My name is Sylvia Bullock, and I am an advisor at MSS. I am happy to be here with you all tonight to celebrate your amazing accomplishments as the newest Coug grads. We are so sad that we are not with you in person, but the love and pride we have for you all as you finish this chapter of your lives can hopefully be felt through your screens and through the words shared here today. Regent Lisa Schauer was appointed to the WSU Board of Regents in October 2018. She is president of Point North Consulting, a leadership development consultancy, and is the former chair of the Washington State University Vancouver Advisory Council. Additionally, she has served in a variety of leadership roles in the Vancouver area, including as vice president of business development, senior vice president and chief operating officer of McKay Sposito, a civil engineering and land surveying company. Regent Schauer holds a master's degree in organizational leadership and learning from George Washington University and bachelor's degrees in public relations and political science from Gonzaga University. Most importantly, she is excited to give the closing remarks for our graduation celebration today. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Regent Schauer.
Thank you, Sylvia. Aloha and congratulations. I am Lisa Kialoha Nui Kiahokaloli Schauer. I'm a 5th generation Native Hawaiian, a 1st generation college graduate, and a proud member of the WSU Board of Regents. I'm so honored to be here with you tonight to celebrate your perseverance and your achievements. As so many speakers before me have mentioned, this is an unprecedented time. So be unprecedented. Embrace what is happening in this world to drive positive, impactful, and meaningful change. Our differences are our strengths. Our lived experiences enrich our perspectives, and it is our responsibility to speak up and to share our truths. My hope for each of you is not to wait for others to invite you into a conversation or to pull up a chair for you at the table. Many of you have experienced when that hasn't happened, so make it happen. Lead. As you lead, invite others to join you. We know we rise by lifting others. Listen with an open heart. We listen by being open to hearing others' truths with a continued commitment to learning. Celebrate your achievements. Do not ever apologize for being awesome. After all, you are a Coug. Give unconditionally, give generously. When we give, we learn. When we give, we receive so much. Malik, Caitlin, Hugo, and Donovan, you are amazing. Your voices are strong, your truth is powerful, and your words are memorable. Malik shared the impact of mentors in his life. Be a mentor. Caitlin shared a commitment to compassion, to care for oneself. Be resilient. Hugo shared an important lesson. Be fearless and be present. Donovan shared and emphasized you have and you can do great things. So be unstoppable. I serve because of you. I am inspired because of you. You have grit, you have heart, you've already changed the world, and I have no doubt you will continue to do so. Your journey is just beginning. Congratulations, go Cougs, mahalo.
Thank you very much, Regent Schauer, for those closing remarks. On behalf of our team with Student Equity / Multicultural Student Services, our Community Equity and Social Justice Pillar, and the Division of Student Affairs, I want to say thank you to Regent Schauer, President Schultz, Christian Brown, and of course, our amazing student speakers this evening, along with our whole team. Our team appreciates you all taking time to be part of this program. For all the families and friends tuning in this evening, I want to say a deep appreciation for sharing your graduates with us. It has been a long journey. They did it, you did it, and it is the reason why I love getting to work for WSU and in my capacity. With all of this said, it is time to round out our program this evening. And for that, we have a few final messages from our team, along with some awesome photos of our graduates. Congratulations, class of 2021. Go Cougs.
Hello, Cooks. My name is Sandra Mina. I am the graduate assistant for TMP. I want to use this opportunity to say congratulations. It's been a really tough year, but you made it. I'm very proud of you, and I wish you all the best on your future endeavors.
Congratulations on completing your degree. The highlight of our year is to see you and your families at the MSS graduation celebration. This isn't the same, but the warm wishes are. You are the best part of MSS. I've really enjoyed getting to know many of you and hope that you will stay in touch with MSS as your life and career move forward.
To the class of 21, I want to wish you all the best and much success in your future endeavors. You've been amazing students this year during a COVID culture, and we just want to thank you for being persistent, for staying on top of things, for staying engaged as much as possible, for still stepping up to be student leaders and trying to pull your groups and your members together, and again, for caring for one another and for us as well. We again thank you for your time and your service over the years, and I just want to wish you the best. Thank you.
Washington, my Washington, the crimson and the gray. 'Tis the song of memory that we sing today. When the sad hours come to you and sorrows round you play, just sing the songs of Washington, the crimson and the gray. Just sing the songs of Washington, the crimson and the gray. love you.